Hey there, I'm James. Welcome to my YouTube channel and my yoga studio here at home. I hope you're doing well, and if this is your first time practicing with me, and if you'd like more information about myself, my background, my experience, please visit my website, ocyogi, that's ocyogi.com, for more information, as well as if you need to contact me, you can get a hold of me via my website as well. Okay? Today's practice is a combination of static postures and some dynamic elements. Please modify the practice as you need to, rest when you need to, and if you have any medical conditions or anything that you're aware of, whether it's back, shoulders, neck, your knees, just be gentle with yourself as you practice. Pause the video when you need to, and again, rest when you need to. I'll try to offer you as much guidance and modifications as possible. Okay? Today's practice, we're going to go ahead and start in a tabletop position or Dvipada Pitta. So hands about shoulder distance apart. Use blocks if you need to, and I'll leave a link for the blocks at the bottom of the video in case you're interested in purchasing these blocks. So hands about shoulder distance apart, and your knees and your shins are going to be just about the same distance, and I'll demo that shortly. Let's go ahead and get started. Have a great practice, and I look forward to your feedback. Hands about shoulder distance apart, knees just about the same or sometimes a little bit closer. If you have blocks and you want to start with blocks, then the blocks are about shoulder distance apart, and you can bring your weight over the wrists here and just notice how the wrist joints feel. If that's a bit much, you might shift your weight back a bit, and then you'll accordingly modify your knees and the tops of your shins and your feet are down. Okay, you can curl your toes under also and sit back a bit and stretch the arches in the feet. See which one feels better for you. We'll begin Vittalasana, or a combination of cow and cat. Vittalasana being cow and Marjariyasana being cat. We'll connect breath to this movement. We'll inhale as we arch the back and come into cow. We'll exhale round back as we come into cat. Now let's tune into the details. The inhale brings the belly down, the tailbone back and slightly up, so you're in the lordotic curve of the lower back. Your shoulders draw away from ears, neck long, and you might gaze slightly forward or forward and up. That's the end of your inhale. You should really feel that stretch through the abdominals, as well as you should feel the lower back. Now, if that's a bit much for the lower back, you might not so go deep into this back bend here, right? Into that arch, okay? So the inhale is here. And as you begin to exhale, shift tailbone underneath, chin moving towards chest, pressing floor or block away, shoulders away from ears, actively hug the belly in or suck in the belly button. And you keep exhaling until you can't exhale anymore. Okay, that's the end of your exhale. Flow at your own pace here. Inhaling, exhaling. Now you could seal the lips closed, and if you solely breathe through the nose, and it's victorious breath or ujjayi breath, there's a little restriction in the back of the throat, and it kind of sounds like the ocean. If you need to move a bit more organic, circling the hips around, swaying the hips left and right, feel free to do that. See what feels good for you as you organically move around a bit more. It doesn't have to strictly always be Vidalasana or cow and cat, although that does tend to bring awareness to the spine flexion, synchronized with breath. Excellent. You can put the blocks over to the side or keep them nearby, your choice. Curl toes under, sit back on top of the heels here. If that's a bit much, you can place a block here and sit on the block this way. Okay, so this gives you a little bit of a lift. The flexion in the knees isn't as deep, and you don't feel so much pressure into the arches in the feet here. But if that sort of deeper flexion feels good, by all means, bring the knees a bit closer together and shift your weight back into the heels here. Draw the belly in, sit up tall, shrug your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Make a couple of fists in each hand and flex through the forearms and circle the hands here about the wrist joints. Open, close, open, close. Back to neutral tabletop position. Hands about shoulder distance apart again. Knees maybe a little bit closer. Extend left foot heel back, lift it up hip height and circle through the left ankle and foot. Flexing toes towards you, fan toes open, point flex. Press floor away, draw the belly in. Now, as you hover the knee off the floor, flex toes, dorsiflexion. Inhale, opening here, abducting with the knee bent. Exhale as you close here. And let's call these fire hydrants. Like when a little doggy comes next to a fire hydrant and it lifts its leg up here, right? So kind of like a three-legged dog, lifting the leg from tabletop position. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Now sometimes you might feel the wrists might be a bit sensitive. You can come onto the knuckles here. Keep pressing floor away. Brace through the core, opening and closing. Lower the knee, the shin down. Wiggle a bit here, circle around. Or maybe a cow and a cat. Adjust hands, adjust knees. Curl right toes under and draw the belly button in. Press floor away, lift up open to the right here. Fire hydrant as you abduct, inhaling. Exhale as you close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Now, can you just make sure that maybe the weight is a bit more shifted evenly into the hands, bracing through the core as you open here and as you close. Let's do one more. Good. Bring the knees a little bit wider apart now. You can come onto the fingertips or cupcake hands. Inhale and exhale. Relax the forehead down. Come into a child's pose or balasana. Now, those that want a little bit more of a stretch, blocks nearby. Hands on the blocks here. And you can, there's a little more of a shoulder opener here as you soften through the forehead. Your elbows are high off your elbows are off the floor, your forehead is resting. Your sit bones are sitting back into your heels, mindful with the knees. Lengthen breath through the nose here. Tuning into the shoulder girdles. Trying to roll them open more so the shoulders roll away from ears. And with the exhales, you draw the belly button in. And the sit bones settling more into the heels. Slowly, forehead lifts off the mat. Press with the hands and come forward. Adjust your knees and your shins again. Maybe blocks over to the side if you had the blocks nearby. Okay. Extend left foot heel back. Flex toes, belly button in. Reach your right hand forward. Chakravakasana, sunbird pose. Right? Don't let the shoulder and the chest sort of drop here. Press away. Get that scapular elevation. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee or knee to forehead on the opposite sides here, right? Right elbow to left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contraction, core compression, pointing toes, rounding back as you come in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. And reach, inhale. Exhale, contract. And one more time. Hold here, belly button in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee comes down. Hand comes back. Let's turn the left hand over, top of the hand presses. I'm slowly straightening out the forearm. If that's a bit much for the wrist or the forearm, I'm going to keep a micro bend in the elbow this way. Wiggle the fingers a bit, or maybe close fingers here, curling them towards the wrist, opening, closing. If I gently straighten it out, I'm going to try to have the eye of the left elbow face forward and sit back just a bit here, stretching the forearm and the wrist. Pick it up, shake it out. Place the hand back down. Adjust knees, shins. Extend the right foot heel back. Draw the belly button in here. Hand pressing floor away. Reach your left hand forward. Shoulders, chest in line. Right heel hip height, Chakravakasana, sunbird pose. Look down, neck long. Actively hug the belly in. Now point toes, inhale. Exhale, opposite knee, opposite elbow, or knee to forehead. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. Reach, inhale. Exhale, contract. Few more. And let's hold this last one here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hand comes back, knee comes back. Let's turn the right hand over and gently press top of the hand to the floor. Keep a little micro bend in the elbow. Curl fingers, open, close, open, close. And same modifications on this side. If you're straightening out the arm, gentle with the wrist, eye of the right elbow facing forward. Maybe you shift your weight back a bit as you stretch the wrist a bit more. Mindful, of course. Keep the bend in the elbow if you need to. Open, close hands a few times. Make a fist, shake it out. Good. Let's go ahead and start to come to our high plank position here. Adjust our hands and our feet. Downward facing dog, and let's bicycle it out now. Pedaling out the feet here, alternating bending of your knees. As you march the dog, hug the belly in, and occasionally shake the head no, maybe nod the head yes. Good. Come on to the tippy toes with inhale. Exhale, bend knees. Your heels are still high off the floor, off the mat. And the belly comes closer to the thighs. Maintain the extension through the arms. You're still pressing hands into the floor. And you're sending the chest belly closer to the thighs, maybe even touching. Okay? In an inhale here, extension, lift up nice and high. Exhale, maybe settle the heels down. Hands on blocks does help here, especially for those with tighter hamstrings and calves. And if you want a little bit easier sensation through the shoulders, also that's where the blocks come in handy. Okay? Now bicycle a few more times. Settle the heels down. Take a deep breath. Bend knees, inhale. Exhale, step or walk forward. Good. If you have blocks, you could bring them with you. Hands on the blocks. I'm going to position them this way, like two pillars. I'm going to have my hands on the blocks here. I'll try to tune into elongating neck and belly button in as I elongate, shoulders away from ears, right? I hug the belly in and hands to the floor, to the shins, or to the blocks. Okay, gently shake the head no here. Nod the head yes. If you want to ragdoll and kind of sway a little bit side to side, you can. If you have hypertension, vertigo or high blood pressure, you don't want to keep your head low for too long, below heart level. You want to maintain head about heart level. And you can march in place a little bit this way to release through the lower back and loosen up the hips and the pelvis a bit. Okay? Now exhale all the air out. Roll up nice and slow with an inhale. Exhale, shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Good. Lift up the toes, fan them open, root them down. Belly button, hug it in, and shift tailbone underneath. This supports your lower back. Inhale, press the feet into the mat, lifting through the heart center. Exhale, gentle, mindful little back bend here. Supported, right, with your hands. Just notice how the lower back feels. Slowly come back to a neutral position. In Tadasana or mountain pose, standing with hands beside you, or also known as Samastitihi, equally standing. And lengthen breath through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Seal the lips closed. Try it only through the nose now. Grounding intention for practice. Scan and study yourself as you move, as you hold. If you need to back out of an asana, remember that you want to try to find both comfort and steadiness. Strengthen the asanas, right? Steadiness and comfort, or stira sukhasanam. Blink the eyes open. Heel toe the feet closer together. And let's begin. Inhale, sweep hands. Look up, reach up, palms touch, relax the head back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway Ardha. Exhale, Chaturanga or modify Chaturanga with the knees down. Hug the elbows in, mindful with the shoulders. You don't need to go too low. You could transition with inhale here. Lazy upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle the feet down as best as you can. Pressing floor away. Finding a little bit of space between ears and shoulders. If your elbows stick out, try to hug them in towards each other a bit more so the eyes of the elbows are facing more upward and forward. Hug the belly button in, contract the quadriceps to glue the heels down even a bit more. If your heels comfortably touch down, you might even lift the toes off the mat. Breathe through the nose, Ujjayi breath or victorious breath. Knees bend, inhale. Exhale, step or walk forward. Halfway lift, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale and rise. Upward salute. Exhale, Samastitihi. Hands rest beside us. Inhale, come to chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up with the head and upper body. Exhale, pick up the right foot, send it back. Foot lowers down, and then you lower the knee, the shin, top of the foot down on the right side. If your left foot isn't between your hands under your knee, with the heel, wiggle the foot into position, relax your pelvis forward and down, maintain a lift through the heart center. Blocks can help this way, with hands on blocks, shoulders back and down, chest up and forward, belly in, feeling the slightly longer neck, right? Actively hug the belly in here. Good. Curl toes. Pick up the left foot, step it back. In Chaturanga, exhale. Now I'm just modifying the Chaturangas. You're welcome to do full Chaturangas if you want, or even more push-ups, reverse Chaturangas, if you're trying to bring more power into your practice. Okay, inhaling. Exhale, downward facing. Right foot, inhale it high. Exhale, foot all the way through. Left knee, shin, top of the left foot lowers down. Right foot framed between our hands. Again, belly button, draw it in. And we relax the pelvis forward and down. If we need blocks, again, hands on blocks. It will allow for more lift through the trunk and the torso. Draw the heart space forward here, roll the shoulders back down, and actively hug the belly in. Good. Curl toes, inhale, step right foot back, high plank. Chaturanga. As you exhale, transition with inhale. Cobra or upward facing. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Settle the heels down, 5 cycles of breath. Now eyes can be closed here, or you could be looking up towards the belly. Maybe you're looking towards the knees, or you're looking towards the feet. Bend knees, inhale. Exhale, step. Walk forward or walk forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to chair again, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand, Samastiti. Shrug the shoulders up, back and down a few times. Make a fist here, circle the wrists around. Give the hands, the wrists a little bit of a stretch. Any way that feels good for you. Gentle rotations with the head and neck here, shaking head no, nodding head yes. Good. This time we'll interlace hands behind. The first interlace could be a little bit looser. The palms don't need to be glued together, but if that feels good for you to really bring the hands together, give it a try. I'm going to keep the palms apart a little bit here, but the interlace of the fingers is tight. They're locked. Okay? I'll inhale, bend the knees and bring the arms overhead. Exhale, I'll sit back a bit more. Hug the belly in and bring the hands even further overhead. Belly, chest resting on the thighs. Now as you inhale, exhale, root the feet down, belly button in, contract the thighs, internally rotating through the leg bones. To draw the belly in and bring the knees a bit closer towards the midline. Long neck, shoulders away from ears. Bend knees again so belly, chest is resting on thighs. Hands come down. Inhale, come to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, stay there. Shift the weight more towards the balls of the feet. You might even feel your weight hovering off the floor, a little bit off the heels. If you need a block or two here, right, hands can come onto the blocks or fingertips to the floor. Hug the belly in. You're rooting down more through the balls of the feet. Inhale. Exhale, pick up the left foot and step it back. This time, lower the left knee, shin, top of the foot. Right foot again is framed between your hands. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Now as you come back, gentle upper back bend here. Inhaling, opening through the heart center, belly button in, mindful with the lower back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, high to low, or flow with your chaturanga. Transition. Downward facing dog. Right foot, inhale it high. And exhale it all the way through. Again, lower the left knee, shin, top of the foot down. Inhale, rise again. Exhale, belly button, draw it in. Sink a little bit lower. Maybe you get a little bit lower this time. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, hands come down. Curl toes, step back again, inhaling. Only halfway down this time. Right there, hold, take a breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, bicycle it out here. Settle the heels down. Deep inhale, exhale through the nose. Left foot, inhale high this time. Exhale, left foot all the way through. Lower the right knee, shin, and top of the right foot. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Now as you come back, inhale, gentle upper back bend. Exhale, hands back down. Curl toes, high plank. Half chaturanga. You could lower the knees down also. Hug the elbows in halfway here, sucking the belly. Okay, inhale, back up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot high again. Exhale it through. Lower the right side down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Look up, reach up, palms touch, hug the belly in. Exhale, hands back down, curl toes, step left foot back, high plank. Half chaturanga. Mind the shoulders. Upward facing dog or cobra with inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Settle the heels. Bicycle a few times if you need to. 5 cycles of breath through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Knees bend, inhale. And exhale, hop, step, or walk forward. If you're going to hop, you want to spring. And you're trying to get your hips a little bit higher, more over the shoulders. Lift, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale as we stand, Namaste. Shrug again. Shake out the hands and the wrists here. Good. Come to the top of the mat, bring the feet together. Hug the belly in and tuck tailbone underneath. Reach hands forward and bring the palms together. So you're going to start to engage through the pectoral muscles, through the chest muscles just a bit. Shoulders away. And then as you press the palms together, you'll bring the hands up. Okay, so look towards the hand or past the hands. Maintain bandha engagement here. So here, inhale. And exhale, sit into a high chair. Shoulders draw down, hug the belly in, feet together, maybe even knees together. Come up, inhaling. Exhale, gentle upper back bend. Pelvis forward, belly in. Inhale, straight hands up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hinge at the hips, belly in. Ardha, inhale. Left foot steps back, right foot heel down, back heel down, warrior one. Exhale, now we sink a little bit lower, we draw the right hip back and the left pelvis forward and down, like we want to square up the chest facing forward. Back foot heel, glue it down, mindful with the knee. If you need to heel to the right foot slightly to the right, do that. That might allow you to square up a bit more. You should feel it through the groin here on the left side and the inner thigh. Belly in as you reach the hands up, palms together. Engage through the chest, the pectoral, the heart center space. As you draw the shoulders back down, soften the shoulders down here, actively hugging the belly. Sink the hips a little bit lower now. Inhaling. Exhale, glide open, Virabhadrasana Dvi, warrior two. Heel arch or heel alignment. Adjust if you need to. Sink a little bit lower. Knee following, tracking over the heel. Middle toe kind of in that direction, right? Opening towards the pinky toe side just a bit. And then sink a bit lower here. Drishti or your gaze past your front hand. Reach and length through the fingertips, energetic but soft through the neck and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, hands you can cartwheel down, pivot, right foot pick it up high. And Shavasana, open hips to the right now. Stack up the right hip above the left. Look under the right armpit towards the ceiling. Notice if you're evenly pressing into your hands. Shift your weight so your weight is even. And then stack up your right hip over your left hip more. Look under the left armpit, maybe towards the foot. To center, inhale, point toes, square hips. Exhale, knee to nose or forehead. Inhale, send it back. Exhale through to the left side, so your right knee is coming towards the left elbow, and you extend the foot to the floor for your falling star. Some may lower the hips down, modify. Some might bring the right shin knee down, and you're pressing the right hand, lifting the left hand up. Or you're here, hips lifted, back heel spin it down. Inhale there. Exhale your left hand back. Brace core, so you can pick up the foot and float that knee back to center and send it up. Exhaling, chaturanga. Transitioning. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Bend knees, inhale. Exhale, step or hop forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, Samastitihi. Shrug shoulders a few times. Cupcake hands on the shoulders here. Circle the shoulders around. Up, forward, down direction. And reverse directions. Good. Release. Heel toe feet together again. Hug the belly in, tuck tailbone underneath. Hands up, palms together, inhaling. Exhale, come to chair, Utkatasana. Drishti upwards towards the hands or past the hands. Knees squeezing together, feet squeezing together, actively hugging in the belly. Shoulders draw back down. Elbows, forearms squeeze towards the midline too. Inhaling. Exhale, fold. Lift, lengthen halfway. Right foot steps back. You might check for that heel line roughly. And then as you inhale, Virabhadrasana Ekam, Warrior One. Now as you exhale, settle into it. Right pelvis forwards, left hip draws back, belly button in. Right, cat out of the lower back a little bit here. Heel to your left foot slightly to the left to square up your pelvis facing forward. Even if you're sinking lower, don't dump into your lower back. Maintain the energetic lift out of the waist. Inhaling. Exhale, glide open Warrior Two. Back foot heel, glue it down. Guide that knee, let it track over the heel. Follow the mid-toe line roughly with a slight opening towards the pinky toe side. Back foot heel, glue it down. Make sure your toes on the right foot aren't pointing away from you. Turn them slightly inward if possible. Reach hands apart. Feel and find that center. Right down the middle, sink a little bit lower. Gaze forward past your front hand. Inhale. Exhale, hands cartwheel down. Pivot. Send the left foot up high. And Shavasana now as you open to the left this time, right? So you're evenly pressing into the hands. Finding a little space between your ears and shoulders. Looking under the left armpit towards the ceiling. Glue the right foot heel down. Evenly pressing into the hands, right belly button, hug it in. Look under the right armpit towards the foot. To center, square up, hips, point toes, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose or forehead. This is where you hover, hold, round back, and keep pressing the mat away. Send it back, inhale. Exhale, left knee to the right elbow with a little twist. Hover, hold as you spin your right foot heel down. Send that left foot through for your falling star. Right hand inhaling, maintain the hips lifted. And left hand actively pressing. Energetic hips lifting here, feet extended away. Exhale, hand comes back. Brace core so you could float that foot and the knee in and up as you inhale. Optional flow, chaturanga. Transition and downward facing dog. Pick up the hand, give it a little shake, maybe reach that left hand for back of the calf on the right side of the heel. And then you can switch, left hand comes down. You could reach with the right hand behind the left calf heel. And back onto both hands. Downward facing dog, settle into it, bicycle it out if you need to. Good, bend knees, inhale. Exhale, step or walk forward. Lift, lengthen halfway. Exhale, relax into your fold. If you're going for a deeper fold and you want to massage the hands and the wrists a bit here, about 2 fist distance between the feet, each hand underneath each foot here for Parahastasana or Gorilla Pose. Bring the toes to line up into the creases of your wrists.
Wiggle the toes around, massage the hands and the wrists here, shifting the weight slightly forward, right? So the balls of the feet and the toes are pressing, and you're massaging the wrists here. Now, if you want a bit more, slowly as you exhale and extend the knees away, draw the belly in. Meanwhile, your shoulders draw away from your ears. Now, see if you could inhale and elongate even further. Exhale, a deeper forward fold. And again, you're modifying as you need to. You don't need to be in the deeper forward fold, especially if you're prone to hypertension, high blood pressure, or vertigo. Or even sensitive through the hamstrings and lower back. Slowly as you release. Again, I'm going to come up halfway here. I'm going to shift my hips back a bit and pull the shoulders away from ears and gently shake head no. And nod head yes. Now, still about 2 fist distance between the feet. I'm going to place the left hand down, keep a soft bend in the left knee, slowly straightening out the right side. Just going to bend and extend that right side nice and slow. Keep hugging the belly. If you need a block under your left hand, have a block there. Okay, that little extra lift and support could be useful. Okay. Now, as I inhale to the right here, I'm going to extend that right leg and draw the belly in and press that knee slowly back. Right. Synchronize that as you, and then extension through the right leg even more. Belly button in. Chin towards chest, engaging Jalandhara Bandha. Lock in the throat here, kind of compressing the thyroid gland. Turning maybe to look up towards the ceiling. If that's a bit much for the neck, just look down. Option to wrap right arm behind back. Left hand off the floor, in between the legs, and you might find the wrist or the hand behind here. Okay? And you're drawing shoulder away. To stretch it a little bit on the right side more, belly button in. Slowly as you release. Inhale, sweep right hand. Exhale, hand back down. Now, march in place a little bit here. Bend, alternate hips and knees wiggling, moving back and forth. And right hand to the floor or to the block. Keep a bend in the right knee. And just slowly now, as you bend and extend through the left side, right? Belly button, hug it in here. Keep shoulders away from ears. Okay, now let's synchronize. Inhale, open. Exhale, extension through that left side. Hug the belly in, reaching right hand up or relaxing arm behind back. Shoulders away from ears. Draw chin towards chest and turn to look up towards the ceiling. With option for the wrap on this side too. Right hand coming in between the legs, coming around, and maybe hand finding hand or hand finding wrist. Slowly as you release, inhale left hand, exhale come back. Lift, lengthen halfway, exhale high plank. High plank inhale, exhale lower down. So belly, chest is now on the mat. Wiggle the thighs a little closer together. Relax the arms, kind of bent elbows here beside you, and wiggle your hips a little bit left and right. Just to get a little bit of release through the lower back. Relax the glutes and the thighs a bit here. Tops of the feet stay down. Okay. Point toes now. Energize the thighs so the kneecaps lift off the floor and the thighs lift off the floor a bit. Lift, lengthen halfway up here. Not halfway, but just with the shoulders and the chest off the floor as you hover into a cobra position, baby cobra. Hover maybe hands off the floor. Hug the belly in. Now, send the hands apart like you're airplane, your arms open, and rotate here through the arms. Just notice how that feels for the shoulders. Keep the hands energetic, right? Fingers fanned open, and rotate here externally and internally while the chest stays off the floor. Tops of the feet keep pressing down. Hands come back underneath. With inhale, come to table or high plank. From there, exhale, downward facing dog. Nodding head, yes. Shaking head, no. Good. Right foot heel extend. Hip height is all you need, like you're trying to stamp that back wall. Your weight even into your hands. Hopefully your left foot heel glued down. Inhale here. Exhale, right knee to the right elbow. See if you could plant the right foot outside of the right hand. Okay? So lizard pose, you could stay here. You could lower the knee down, the shin down, and the top of the foot down. Blocks could be nearby, hands could be on your blocks here. If you want a bit more in your lizard, you could be to your forearms. Curling left toes, lifting knee off the floor. Extend it forward through the crown of your head. Long neck, hug the belly in. And you might keep the right foot flat or roll to the right outer right blade of the right foot heel. Good. If you're on the forearms, your hands are coming back and you're pressing. You're wiggling that right foot towards the center. And you're spinning your back foot heel down and you're looking for roughly an imaginary line connecting those heels together. Okay? Belly button in. This is where block comes in handy on this side. So hand can stay on the block here. And you start to lower the hips down, but maintain the lift through the rib cage and the heart center here. Inhale as you send that left hand up. Exhale, fine tune, glue the left foot heel down and bring the right hip underneath you more as you press the left pelvis back a bit. Look up, reach up, or look to the left or look to the floor. Your choice. Inhale here. Exhale your left hand now back to the floor or to the block. Bring the right hand around and pivot and heel toe to adjust. Left hand to the floor or to the block here. Hug the belly in. Inhale and sweep the right arm up now. Exhale, turn a bit more to come to the midline. Left shoulder slightly draw it away. Feel space between ear and shoulder. Hug the inner thigh towards the belly on the right side as you reach up, extending through your left heel, or you're resting your left knee shin on the floor. Inhale there. Exhale your right hand back down. Block could be nearby. Now, leg has been working quite a bit. We're going to work it just a little bit more here. We're going to see if we can come to this high lunge position from here. So now square up hips, you're facing forward. Belly button hugging in. Inhale, extension, so you elongate, lengthen through the back of the leg. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. And lift and lengthen, straight, extend it out here. And exhale, lower down. One more time. And exhale, lower down. This time, your right hand comes around, wraps, maybe finds the back of the left leg. Reach that left hand forward. Look to the right, draw the belly in, or maybe even look behind you. Inhaling, right hand back up. Exhale, spin that back foot heel down. Wiggle, right foot, extension, hips in a plane. Trikonasana here, triangle. Exhale for the Pratikriyasana or neutralizer to release along the back of the right leg. Now, if your hand is to the shin, that's okay, but do still maintain energetic lift and length through the lateral side body, so you're not just dumping your weight onto your right hand. Shoulders stack on top of each other, maybe chin roll it in towards the throat and turn to look up towards the ceiling. Hug the belly in, tuck that tailbone underneath. Bending right knee, inhale, coming back up. Now you exhale, reverse your warrior. So you have warrior two stance, you're sinking low, belly button in so you don't back bend. You're reaching up into your left with your right hand. Gaze where you want it to be, where you feel more comfort in your neck. Warrior two, inhaling. Exhale, cartwheel, back hand down, pivot. You're ready to send it up high. And chaturanga. As you exhale, transition. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Bicycle, pedal it out here. Nodding head, yes. Shaking head, no. And settle the heels. Breathe through the nose. Exhale through the nose. If you need a child's pose break, this is where you take your child's pose rest. Left foot inhale, send it back, extension like you're going to stamp the back wall. Hands evenly pressing, right foot heel glute down. Take another breath. Exhale the left foot to the left elbow or knee and then hover it outside the left hand. Place it down. Level by level, you might come and prepare for your lizard pose. You're either here with the knee shin down. You can have blocks here, hands on blocks, or forearms to the floor, long neck, curl toes. Maybe you lift off the knee off the floor, extending through your right heel. Hug the belly in, and the left foot could stay flat, or you could roll to the outer blade of that left foot heel. Slowly you're pressing back into your hands. You're wiggling that left foot back to center. So hands on each side. Spin the right foot heel down. Look back. Imaginary line connecting heel to heel. Block on the inside in case you need it. Hand to the floor. Inhale, sweep that right hand up and keep reaching. Exhale, hips a little bit lower. Belly button, draw it in. Find space between ears and shoulders, broad through the upper back. Glue that right foot heel down. Actively hug the belly in. Inhaling. Exhaling, right hand sweeps back down. Pivot. If you need hand on the block, that's okay. Heel toe the left foot slightly to the left. Lower the right knee shin if you need to. Otherwise, keep that inner thigh towards the midline. Extension through that back heel. Hug the belly in. Inhale, open to the left. Exhale. Come towards the midline more. Actively draw the belly in. Right shoulder, draw it back a bit. Find some comfort there in the shoulder girdle. Exhale your left hand back down. You're still in your high lunge, sort of runner's lunge position here. Brace through the core. Inhale as you come up Anjaneyasana. Exhale. Belly button in. Draw the left hip back and then extend, lift out. Inhaling. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lower down. Lift, inhale. Exhale, lower down. This time your hand, left hand takes a wrap. Palm of the hand wraps around the back of the right thigh. Reach right hand forward, draw belly in. Squeeze the thighs towards the midline. Lift, lengthen out of your waist. Soften the shoulders away. And maybe you're looking behind you. Inhale, hands come back up. Exhale, spin that back foot heel down. Extension, extension. Alignment, heel arch or heel heel. In a plane with the hips, shoulders in the same plane here, like in the same sheet of paper. And Trikonasana on this side. Turn the back foot in just a bit. Maintain that energetic lift and length out of the waist. Hug the belly in. Exhale, Trikonasana triangle. Easy with the stretch, right? Keep a little micro bend in the knee if you need to. Don't put too much weight into the shin or the block. Maintain some engagement through the core. Maybe chin towards the chest, rolling to look up towards the ceiling. A little bend in the left knee with inhale coming up. With exhale, reversing warrior. So we keep the bent knee on the left side. We draw that right hip pelvis back a bit. Send the left pelvis forward into the right a bit more. Keep that left knee open to the left here. Glue the back foot heel down. Cat out of the lower back. Reach up with the left hand and over to the right. Inhale, coming back, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down, pivot, and you're ready to flow. Optional here if you want. Ekapada as one leg stays up. Transitioning. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, bicycle it out here. Nod head, yes. Shake head, no. Breathe through the nose. Side out through the mouth if the body's really warm. Good. Bend knees, inhale. Exhale, hands outside of the feet. You could step there or you could hop there to sit for your malasana or simple squat. And you could sit on a block or two this way. Just position the block. Sit bones sitting on the block and you're here. This brings a little bit of sukham to the asana here. You get to sit up tall. Palms come together. Elbows and the triceps help to open through the inner thighs gently as you sit up tall and hug in the belly. If you don't need the block, you're here. Just ensure that the feet are planted flat and evenly your weight is distributed. Good. Now hands come down. Those that want to play with a little crow pose, you'll adjust your hands, your feet. Maybe you stack up your blocks on top of each other. This gives you a little bit of psychological support, because as you bring your forehead down, then you know you can't go any further. It's just you have to position your hands and your feet and set up properly so that if you come down, the block is there to support your head. Now, I like to come onto the tippy toes and really get the knees into the armpits. Hands about shoulder distance apart. I start to shift my weight forward into the hands and aim the forehead, top of the forehead for the blocks here. And then one at a time or both at a time as I come up. This way, if I go forward, there's no room for me to fall. My head is on the blocks. Belly in. Hug the elbows towards the middle, pointing toes. Shoulders away from ears. Slowly lower back down. Blocks over to the side. Sit back for your malasana again, child's pose. Stretch out the hands and the wrists here. Sit back, send the feet forward, shake out the legs a little bit. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down. Good. Now we'll come down to the forearms behind us here. Belly button, draw it in, and we'll keep the elbows underneath the shoulders. As we press into the press forearms into the floor, core active, sucking belly, energetic, reach for the toes, spiral them forward and down, and lift the hips high off the floor. Keep hugging in the belly. Hips lower back down. Sit up nice and tall in staff pose, Dandasana. Fingertips push floor away, belly button in. Inhale, long neck. Exhale, soften chin towards chest. Belly button, hug it in. Slowly, head comes back to neutral position. This time, hands or blocks here beside us. Hands on blocks. As we press into the blocks, we're energetic again through the glutes with the lift. And again, the big toe, middle toe on each side tries to spiral the soles of the feet flat onto the mat. Okay? For upward facing plank, inhaling and exhaling. Active with the arms, right? Extension, belly button, draw it in, relax the head back, stretch the throat open. Slowly, as you lower back down, I'll show you another way to modify that. If you weren't doing that version or hands to the floor, you could also do a reverse bridge here. Position your hands in such a way that you have more comfort in your wrists. So if your fingers are pointing away, that's okay. If you want your fingers to be pointing the other way, that's okay too. Okay? Your choice here. Inhale. Exhale, hips up. Hug the belly in. Exhaling, lowering the hips down. Send the feet forward. Sit up nice and tall. Paschimottanasana as we inhale. Exhale as you forward fold. Peace fingers can hook big toe. You could use a towel or a strap here to reach and lengthen out of your waist. Hands can be reaching over the feet if you want here, right? Or you could grab the outer blades of the feet. Find a little bit of comfort through the lower back. Lift and lengthen out and start to soften through the shoulders. Slowly as you come back. Now, if the blocks are nearby, and this is why the blocks come in handy quite a bit, especially if you're working for those presses, lifting the hips off the floor. You want to press hands and hug the elbows in. And what you're doing is you're lifting the butt off the floor, crossing the feet as you lift up here. Belly in and sending the feet back, right? So over time, we'll lift the hips up even more and send the feet back, float the feet back here. High plank, we'll inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Transition with inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Right foot this time again. Inhale it high. Exhale, Shavasana. Open hips to the right again. Belly button, draw it in. Now some might come onto the fingertips of the right hand and maybe even lower to the left forearm. Glue the left foot heel down. Look under the right arm, armpit towards the ceiling. As you press back into the hand, exhale slowly as you flip the dog, coming into wild think here, or maybe side plank modification. Exhaling your right hand back and simultaneously your right foot going up. Exhale, knee to nose or forehead. Round back, belly in. Send it back, inhale. Exhale all the way through. High lunge again, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Hands to heart center. Now, draw the right hip back a bit, belly button in, lower down, forward. Lower the left knee shin if you need to. And a twist here on the right side. Tricep outside of the thigh. Palm on top of palm here. Belly button, draw it in. Shift weight forward, and you might balance that left foot heel even off the floor, right? Something a little bit newer here, right? So you can settle into the twist. Beginner level, you're more here. For the balance and the challenge, maybe you're here. Good. I'm going to come back, lower the knee down, so now I could settle into the twist a bit more, lifting out of the waist, belly in, hand on top of hand, palm against palm. If I want the wrap, I'll take the arm around and gradually deepen the twist a bit more. But not at the expense of, compressing so much, right? We want the breath to elongate and extend out of the waist as we hug in the belly. Releasing as we come to center. Now as we come to center here, Ardha Hanuman stretch, half split. I'm going to wiggle the left knee shin back a bit more. Hands to the blocks or the floor or the mat as I extend. This time I'm going to purposefully keep the right foot heel down, the sole of the foot heel, and I'm going to draw the right hip back, left pelvis forward. You don't want to, if you don't have to lock the knee, okay? Get a little bend in the knee, it's okay, that's fine. Over time, foot stays flat, neck gradually coming into that extension, softening through neck and shoulders as you forward fold. Hopefully you feel a nice stretch through the top arch of the foot here. Now, as you come back, you can bend right knee, wiggle forward a bit more, and come to more of a full split or half split with curling toes towards you. If you put your heel on a towel, you're on a wooden floor, you might gently slide forward. Here, I have to kind of sort of wiggle around a little bit because I have carpet around me, and this mat is pretty sticky, and I'm not that flexible anyway, so I'm going to use blocks here on each side, and I'm going to gradually let the stretch settle into place here, right? So I'm going to maintain the lift and length. I might even position the blocks this way. Belly button in, or I might place a block here underneath the hip. And focus on elongating, lengthening through the spine. Good. Now, as you wiggle your way back, you're going to wiggle the right foot back also. Okay. Come up to your runner's lunge position, belly button draw it in, adjust your right foot so you're in a runner's lunge position here. Blocks in forward if you need them. Inhale, shift, lift the weight, back foot off the floor, extend through that right foot heel and belly button draw it in. So blocks here are okay. This way, more comfort, right? More challenging, no blocks. Inhaling. Exhale, standing splits, forehead towards knee, extending, pointing through the toes, hug the belly in, and the knee towards forehead, left glute engaging, sending that back foot up and away. Slowly as you release, land the foot, circle with your hands to the left, and Skasandasana Ninja. To the right. To the left again. To the right, such that we can set up a separate leg standing stretch, Prasarita Padottanasana, even right down the middle here. And relax into your forward fold. Gradually let the stretch settle into place here. Slightly pigeon toe the feet inward. Keep a micro bend in the knees if you need to. Gently shaking head no. Nodding head yes. If you have a tripod headstand, you could set up your tripod headstand here, or simply enjoy the stretch a little bit longer. Noticing how the legs in the stretch feels, if the weight is slightly shifted forward into the balls of the feet, towards the heels, or somewhere in between. See which one feels better for you. Good. Lift, lengthen halfway. Exhale, circle to your right again to come facing forward. Right foot step it back, high plank inhaling. And chaturanga. Exhaling, transitioning. And downward facing dog. As you exhale, again, pedal it out, bicycle it out a little bit. Settle the heels down for a breath. Another breath. Good. Left foot, inhale it high. And again, Shavasana. Stack up the left hip over right here. Press floor away. Maybe come onto the fingertips of the left hand and down to the right forearm. Glue the right foot heel down. Look under the left armpit towards the ceiling. Gentle with the shoulder. And as you press back into the hand, with your exhale now, slowly flip the dog as you come into Wild Thing. This is optional, or you might do a side plank modification. Slowly coming back, left foot up high. Exhale, knee to nose or forehead. Send it back. Step it through. Good. Slowly now, high lunge position. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands heart center. Shrug a little bit here. Shake out the hands, wrists, palm on top of palms together here. Lift, lengthen out of the waist, hug the belly in. You're reaching forward and sliding the right tricep outside of the left thigh. And belly button, draw it in. Some might lower the knee, and you might be settling into the twist here, finding a bit more comfort. Something a little bit newer, energetic, core stays active, shifting weight to the left foot, and you might hover the right off the floor. Softly landing, lowering the knee maybe if you were balancing with me, and then focusing more on settling into a bit more of extension, belly in, and maybe a little bit of a twist here with option to wrap. As you release and come back to center, again, you're wiggling that right knee, shin, foot back. Extension along the left side. Left hip draws back and up. Right pelvis forward and down. Sole of the left foot, keep it down as you soften into the forward fold. Hands on blocks on each side here in case you need it. Good. If you're working the full split, whether you're setting up your heel on a towel or having blocks nearby, or wiggling the foot forward and the right foot shin back. Slowly as you adjust, mindful, scanning the back of the leg as you gradually settle here. Flexing toes towards you, or a half split with the toes flexed towards you. Block underneath the hip here in case we're a little bit tighter, allowing that hip to rest.
Slowly as you wiggle back into position. Keep the blocks towards the front in case we'll need them for our standing splits here. But first we're going to go ahead and lift up the back knee, shift weight, and hover that back leg off the floor now. Blocks here in case you need it, right? Like a pillar, you'll position 2 of them. Inhaling, exhaling, forehead towards knee, long neck, shoulders away from ears, hug the belly button in, energetic reach through the toes, up towards the ceiling, lot of engagement through the right glute, through the Uddiyana Bandha core also here, maybe forehead to knee. Releasing, softly landing as you go back. Circle to your right this time and Skasandasana. And to your left, Ninja or Skasandasana. Nice easy flexion. Mindful with the knee as you go left and right. Good. Come to center again for another separate leg standing stretch, right? So feet apart here, again. Now for another variation, we can come up, a little bend in the knees, tuck tailbone underneath, interlace hands behind back, inhale, exhale, forward fold. That's optional, hands can be to the floor or to your waist also. Noticing if the palms can come together or not, or if the shoulders are still a little tight. Long neck, belly button in, micro bend in the knees in case you need it. And where is it more comfortable for you? The weight shifted towards the front of the feet, the balls of the feet, or more towards the heels, or maybe somewhere in between. Slowly as you release, come back up a little bit here, turn the feet out and slowly rise and shift your weight now a little bit left and right here. Bandha's active, cat out of the lower back, and shift the weight a little bit left and right, left and right. Shrug the shoulders up, back and down. Heel toe the feet a little closer together. Now, we'll turn the left foot to the left 90. Okay? We'll draw the right pelvis towards the back of the mat and the left pelvis back, hip back, belly in. We'll reach, lengthen up here with the right hand as we inhale. Exhale, forward and down for a revolved triangle variation. Beginner level, maybe, especially if the hamstring is a little tight or any uncomfortable sensation. Block on this side or hand to the floor on the right side here, okay? Maintain the lift and length, and right in that midline, turn, revolve to reach the left hand up. If you want a bit more, block on the left side of the left foot, hand on the block there, and you're reaching up here. Shoulders away from ears. Bandha's active. Slowly as you release, coming back, circling to your right and come up. Exhale, turn to your right this time, and your right foot heel turns also. You draw the right pelvis hip back, left one forward. Lift, lengthen along the left side, inhaling. Exhaling, extension, and come down, and again block with you here on the left side in case you need it, or if you're gradually
Going a little bit more challenging on the right side, hand to the block. Root the feet down, hug the belly in, maintain that energetic lift out of the waist, and right across this midline here, revolve to reach the right hand up. Slowly as you release, circling towards the center, you could again micro bend a little bit, left and right, left and right. Coming forward, sending the right foot back. High plank inhale. Half chaturanga. Back up inhale. Half chaturanga. Back up inhale. Lower down to your forearms here for dolphin plank. Let's start that timer. If you need rest, your knees are coming down, shins are coming down, you're here. Just keep the belly off the floor. Otherwise, you're here. If you want to try full dolphin, hips are high, feet are coming in. You're sending your head through, belly button in as you try to glue the right foot heel down. And you might elevate, send that right foot high. Lower it back down. Left foot up high. Lower it back down. And you might even play with your Pincha Mayurasana, right? A little forearm balancing. As you hop, come next to a wall. I should be next to a wall too. I haven't done this in a while, but you might hop here. Try to get the hips up. Or back to our plank. Approaching that 2-minute mark. I'm proud of you. Hang in there. Good. Lower down. Chest, belly, everything relaxing. And relax the head here. Or head on top of the hands. Wiggle the hips around. And now we're going to go ahead. If the neck is okay, bring the left ear to the mat and look to the right here. Relax the arms beside you and wiggle the shoulders a little bit away from ears. If for some reason you need the neck to be neutral, you could be here with the forehead down or the forehead resting on your hands here. Okay? So let that neck stretch kind of settle into place a little bit. Soften through the head and neck. Big toes come. Heels flop open apart. Forehead back to center. For locust pose, we're going to try a different locust today. I'm going to roll open and bring the hand flat underneath me. So it's going to be positioned this way, right? Palm flat down. And then the other one also arms underneath me. Okay? Mouth on the towel. I don't like the chin so much. That's a bit much for the neck. So I'll be here. Okay? Engaging through the glutes.
energizing the feet here, thighs, glutes, and then your pelvis is going to start to press in the back of your arms, right? It's an interesting sensation. Don't be scared. Engage the glutes and lift the arms, the hips and the legs off the floor as much as you can. And keep pressing with the palms into the mat towards that center, okay? Shoulders away from ears. Slowly as you lower down, wiggle the arms out, palms face up again so shoulders and arms can relax. You're looking to your left and you're resting the right ear down. Wiggle the hips a little bit here or windshield wipers. Good. Forehead back to center. Now, let's see if we can take some of that tension out of the neck here. We'll try a more traditional locust. We're going to bring the hands back and interlace. Send the hands away. And draw the chin in to stretch the back of the neck just a bit more. Place the forehead down. Tops of the feet press down. Energize, and with inhale, lift the feet, the shins, knees and thighs off the floor. Hug the belly in. Engage the glutes and begin to lift chest, shoulders off the floor also. Slowly as you release. Again, bend the knees a little bit, windshield wipe left and right. And then have a seat. Come into your child's pose, Balasana. Sit again on a block if you need to. I'm going to use the blocks this time underneath the triceps as I place the back of the arms and the elbows here. I'm going to start to relax through the heart center and the head towards the floor. Wiggling the elbows forward a bit more, and then trying to sit back more with the sit bones. Softening through the neck and shoulders. Palms together and the weight just falling back, the weight of your hands falling behind your head. Slowly as you release, blocks over to the side. Come down to the chest again, make that cross shape. Extend the hands out. Look to the right. Place the left ear down. Bring the right hand in and slowly roll to open to the right here. Place the right foot behind and soften through the shoulder. Right arm can rest behind your back. Palm can face down or up, depends on how your shoulder girdle feels. Easy with the head and neck. Calm, steady breath here. And the knee doesn't have to be facing up. If you're relaxing here, you could even have the legs straight. Slowly returning back to center. Easy as you rotate through the arms. The palm is flat again. Look to your left. Place the right ear down. Bring the left hand in and begin to wiggle to the center and turn to open to your left here. Slip that right hip underneath you and automatically the left foot ends up behind. Okay, so you could be here. Palm could be face down or facing up on the right side. Just tune into the shoulder girdle, see how it feels. But do try to relax through the head and neck so you don't pinch in between the shoulder blades. Left arm could be relaxing behind you, or it could be resting on the floor beside you. Slowly as you release, coming back to center. And bring the arms back in. Sit up again. Another child's pose. This time the knees could be a bit closer. Hands can reach forward. Sit bones, sit back. Soften through the head. Rock the third eye center a little bit left and right here. That space in the middle of the forehead, just about between the eyebrows. Soften ears away from shoulders. Good. Slowly come to a neutral tabletop position again, and bring your left hand in the center. Press floor away. Belly button, hug it in like you're going to cat out of your lower back. And send, sweep, inhale, right hand up. Exhale, thread the needle through, Suchika Sutrasana. Right shoulder comes down, and then you look to the left again and relax through the head and neck as you bring the chin slightly in here. And balancing on the right side, you could slide the left foot heel back if you want, or you could rest here with the arm behind the back or with the left hand forward. I'm going to show you a slightly more advanced modification. I'm going to extend the left foot heel back, soften through the shoulder girdle, belly button, I'm going to hug it in. I'm going to internally rotate and keep the hips square. If I want a bit more, I might start to bring the left hand behind and hover and balance here. And if I want a little bit more here, I'm going to bend the knee, reach for the foot or the shin from the outside, and I'm going to keep that knee towards this midline as much as I can and begin to press. So energetically now I'm pressing using the left quadricep, and the foot is pressing into the hand, belly in. Slowly as I release, coming back, shifting the weight a little bit to the left so the head can roll nice and slow. Left hand to support, right hand arm to come out and circle it up, forward, and down a few times. Change direction of the circle. Good. A few cows and cats to neutralize, reset the spine. Right hand in the center, press floor away, hug the belly in, sweep, inhale left side. Exhale, thread needle. Left ear, shoulder comes down, belly button in, right hand there for support, right, as you thread the arm through. The palm of your left hand is facing up as you relax through the head and neck a bit. Option for extension of right foot heel. And either walking right hand forward, extending, lifting here through the right heel if you want. This is additional now, right? Square up the hips here as you internally rotate. Option for right arm resting behind back. Option to bend right knee, reach for the right foot shin. And then actively as you press, hugging the belly. Slowly as you release, shift weight to the right just a bit into the right hand so you can press and bring that left arm shoulder and circle that arm around. The other direction also, nice and slow. Shake it out. And a few more cows and cats Vidalasana. Good. Have a seat. Come on down to your back and hug the knees into your chest. Now, if you do have blocks, this is optional here. I'm going to use the foam block for the mid-back in a bit, but first I'm going to hug the knees into the chest, and I'm going to rock a little bit left and right. Good. Now rock a little bit back and forth, and because we went through that challenging plank and maybe you came to pincha with the forearm balance and the feet up, to open through the heart center now and release in between the shoulder blades a bit, we're going to place this towards the mid-back, and I'm positioning it this way, right, across the mid-back. Some position it this way. It's a slightly, deeper back bend. I like it more flat as I come back on it here. Okay. So now, as you relax your head back here, if that's a bit much for the head and neck as the head comes down, the second block can serve as a pillar for the head, so it could be here. Okay? And now you can start to release a bit through the shoulder girdles and the space between the scapula. Bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to butterfly open. Just make sure you're in a comfortable position. Kind of wiggle around if you need to, and then start to settle into that space. And begin to lengthen breath and softly exhale out through the mouth. So now focusing more on the release. Releasing through the neck, through the upper back, shoulders, the space in the rhomboids, the space between the scapula. Feeling the lift through the heart center more. If the feet were together and the knees were butterflied open, gradually bring the feet back down. Slide the forearms a little bit closer towards you. Nice and easy as you come off the blocks here. Okay. Blocks over to the side. Roll into a ball. Shoulders soften away, but see if you could grab opposite elbows. Hands over the shins, arms over the shins here, and then as your head comes back down to rest, maintain as much elongation as you can through the neck by tucking the chin slightly inward, but the back of the head resting. And then as your shins and your knees press into your forearms, to energetically send your lower back and your tailbone towards the floor. Hug the belly in and keep squeezing the knees in towards the chest. As you release, maybe a passive twist to your left. If you have a deeper twist variation, feel free to set that up. Maybe extending feet away. Upper back, shoulders grounded down. Maybe you look to the right. Slowly coming back to center. And over to the right. Looking to the left. Palm of the right hand now can do a little pressing against the outside of the left thigh, rolling it and pressing it towards the floor. Soft through upper neck and shoulders again. Gently releasing, coming back to center. Neutralize with a happy baby this time, or Ananda Balasana. Rock your happy baby a little bit left and right. And maybe even extend the feet apart one at a time or both at the same time. Excellent. Start to rock a bit back and forth. You are pretty much ready for your Shavasana. If you have a back bend practice, you want to try your back bend, go ahead and set up your back bend. If you want to do a bridge pose, set up your bridge pose. Do what you need to do, shoulder stand, anything else before you settle into Shavasana here. I'm going to go ahead and seal the practice with you, but please, stay, of course, afterwards. Take your time in Shavasana. Maybe even bring the hips next to the wall with your mat next to the wall and rest there for 5, 6, maybe even 10 minutes with your feet up the wall in Viparita Karani. It'll really start to allow your lower back to settle, your hips to settle and relax, and you'll just notice your nervous system is going to be really calm afterwards, okay? But thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a great practice, a safe practice. I hope you feel much better afterwards, and we look forward, of course, to our next session. That's pretty much it for today. Thanks for joining me. Let's seal our practice. Big sweep inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. As we gently bow, Namaste. Thank you again. Have a blessed rest of your day.